In the heart of an elderly Rohingya woman, the memories of Arakan lived with a vibrant, enduring clarity. She often recalled its sun-drenched beauty, a land where, for centuries, an independent kingdom had thrived. Her mind would wander to Meraku, the golden capital, where ancient mosques with intricate Islamic carvings stood as proud monuments to their faith, their domes and minarets defining the skyline. While temples and pagodas of other faiths also dotted the landscape, it was the mosques, like the Sandakan, that were central to the Rohingya community's life. She remembered the lush, green rice paddies stretching to the horizon, where Rohingya farmers in traditional work attire toiled diligently. The joyous laughter of Rohingya children, dressed in their cultural clothes, echoed in the villages as they played games. The markets of Mongda were bustling centers of life. Life was woven with the threads of family and a deep, abiding faith. In their homes, Rohingya families would gather, sharing meals of rice and fish curry. This cherished peace was violently shattered. The elderly woman carried the indelible memory of the night the darkness descended upon their village. The serene night air was broken by the ominous flicker of fire, quickly engulfing homes and the village mosque, a sacred symbol of their community. Shadowy figures of soldiers moved with menace, and pandemonium erupted. She remembered the terror as Rohingya families, men, women frantically ensuring their headscarves were in place while clutching their children, and children wild with panic, ran for their lives. She, younger then, had struggled to keep her own small family together amidst the onslaught that burned their homes and desecrated their places of worship. They fled with only what they could carry, the clothes on their backs and the searing memory of all that was lost. The Naf River, once a familiar channel of trade and connection, became their desperate escape route, its dark waters reflecting the horrifying orange glow of the burning villages as overcrowded, rickety boats carried them away from their ancestral land. Now, in the sprawling refugee camp, under a hazy, desaturated sky, an existence unfolded amidst rows upon rows of makeshift shelters crafted from weathered bamboo and faded tarpaulins. Amina's weathered face, etched with lines of wisdom and profound sorrow, would soften as she watched him. Her eyes, despite all they had witnessed, held a resilient, undimmed spark. She would often weave simple mats with practiced, weary hands. Hamid, clad in the simple, worn clothes of a refugee child, would sit beside her, often drawing in the dusty earth with a stick. One day, his focused hand etched the crude outline of a house, perhaps with a small dome or crescent, an echo of the cherished homes they had known, homes with space to breathe, where they grew their own food, and where the air smelled of the sea and jasmine. It was nothing like the camp, yet Amina knew, and ensured Hamid understood, that even in this place of displacement, their identity as Rohingya remained unbroken. The boy would feel the peace of fishermen casting nets at sunset into the Bay of Bengal. Through these shared moments, Amina passed on the essence of their songs, their poetry, all that spoke of their land, their joys, and their sorrows. Amina, meeting his gaze, would take his small hand in her own, gently tapping her heart, then his. It was her way of saying that Arakan lived within them, in their stories, their traditions, their very being. Their land was taken, but their identity, their spirit, could not be extinguished. One morning, as the sun cast its soft, ethereal light over the quiet camp, Hamid stood alone, looking eastward towards the unseen horizon, towards the Arakan they yearned for. A land of mountains, rivers, and the sea that still called to them. This camp was not their home. Their true home was the promised land they held steadfastly in their hearts. It was a promise, an enduring hope, that one day they would return, that they would walk again upon the sacred earth of their ancestors. And in Hamid's determined gaze, that hope, passed down through the quiet strength of his grandmother, lived on, resilient and unbroken,